Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda, heroes like defender of the fatherland, off you to a 1v1 on Amilly Fields with my co-host, Basil the Kitty Cat. In the north, it is Itaperuna, fighting for the OKW West, Germany, Deutschland. Taking on the role here of the 18th Panzergrenadier Division with elite armored, special operations, and overwatch. With infantry, Sturmpioneer, and Obersoldaten bullets in the south, it is a Littlesam. Fighting for the Red Army, the Soviet Union, Comrade Stalin, and the 17th Tank Corps. And Basil's off to elsewhere. And decided that the whole co-commentary gig is asking a bit too much for him, like being able to vocalize human language. So we got, again, aforementioned commanders there. We also got counterattack airborne troops and got motor here. So off to the race of the double construct for Littlesam, full grenadier Kubwagen for Itaperuna. And as always, a big hearty thanks to my paid supporters, these champions and heroes of the Propagandacast for keeping the business. You too can join their illustrious ranks by pledging on Patreon or donate by PayPal. Links are in the video description. And as you know, comment, like, share, subscribe, press the bell button, keep the activity going, and keep getting the video out to as many people as possible. So off to the races here, heading hard west here with the Red Army, a bit eastwards. And interesting enough, that's also where the Germans are focusing heavily, with the lone Sturmpioneer squad braving the eastern side of the map here. But while here again, note the way he's positioning it to make it harder for the opponent to lay down sandbags easily, using the point here to basically prevent the enemy from using it. Volkswagen's moving in. Third counter court there for Littlesam. Moving on the centre there. Bit of quiet there, but to see a clash here, I think, and you should be able to flank the Volkswagens there, catching the down sandbags. There we go. Most of the guns versus the K98K. In the west, we got the counter-pushing straight for the fuel. We got the Kubwagen there blocking that. And we got a lone counter-court there about to counter the Sturmpioneer at some point. Centre victory point, there's a bit like skirmishing. Still. And we got a second full squad out there for Itaperuna around his base. And you decide to get the first kill of the engagement, but the Volkswagens are quick to get vengeance and follow up there. More conflict around here. They should turn the fight there in favour of Littlesam with a fourth one on the way there, likely indicating here airborne troop tactics, so that way he can upgrade his troops with S-5040s. Tend to be popular here as one of the more popular picks versus the OKW West from the Soviets. Routing them there. Kubwagen up the Volkswagen support there to arrive. Back here, the fourth counter squad has arrived for Littlesam. There you go. Volkswagen with support from the Kubwagen, but that more support here. The Littlesam's conscripts will be forced to fall back. They simply just do not have the firepower. Honestly, at this point, he's just wasting manpower. He realises this and retreats right before losing more. In these, we've got the Sturmpioneer as the conscripts. One-on-one, the Sturmpioneers will typically have the upper hand again. Littlesam here realises this, just retreats. The wisest decision there by far. Sandbags in the centre, but he does run into the issue now that Itaperuna will soon have access to both fuel points. I mean, he's going to be able to, like, get ahead, or in a sense more negate the OKW's typical fuel issue, whereas Littlesam will not be able to rush ahead here. So Littlesam will need to get one of these fuel points under control very fast, or this could get very uncomfortable for him. Medics on the way for Littlesam. No sign of a command yet, but again, very much expecting airborne troop tactics. Kubwagen holding up. Pushing forwards there, pushing back the Kubwagen. The flame fringe of the Sturmpioneer, caught laying down the Schützenmine 42. Comes there, got the Kubwagen there, so definitely lost there for Itaperuna, a bit of a mistake there. That's it. The conscripts will have to fall back before they suffer more needless manpower loss. And the Sturmpioneer actually being beaten by the flame fringe here. Great for Littlesam. That's great for Itaperuna. Falling back here in the west. Troops heading out there. And there go find right his opponent in the east here. Try on like for Itaperuna, that's going to be the tech. Could be mechanized, could be battle headquarters. Mechanized has made a bit of a return as of late in terms of OKW West metagame. But Itaperuna could also be one of those who still sticks to the flak half track. Second engineer squad for Itaperuna, I'm going to use that to tech up while keeping the engineer squad at the front line, or just once more flamethrowers, which also makes sense. Or even just minesweepers. There you go, some more flamethrowers. Flamethrowers being particularly effective versus the OKW West, so they tend to be popular there. Grab the eastern point. Eastern point, they're almost secured. Got the victory point there. And there we go. It is a mechanized regiment here for Itaperuna. Again, more of that mechanized regiment metagame here from the OKW West. constantly away the back for some reinforcement healing, but the skirmishing here, falsifying where the Car 98Ks, north point here being secured. Folks being engaged here with the nearest the conscripts, comes staying close and quickly merge with them if it becomes necessary. Back here, troops reinforcing, still no commander. Could be the Littlesam is in fact not planning airborne troops, could still be going guard mode to counterattack. I mean, those are his prerogatives. But typically, I'd say you'd normally see airborne troops tactics with a full conscript build. But again, could be something else. There's for Itaperuna. All options are open. Could be Overwatch, could be elite special operations, could be elite armored. Hard to say with this one, actually. There you go, mechanized regular up. Will it be? Yep, look, see it for them. The Panzer II. Model O going for the car on there. Good to see now Littlesam starting to really push back against Itaperuna, losing the Kuhwagen definitely hurt him a bit there as well. Plus, he just have more troops in the field, including with the flamethrowers, giving him a significant firepower upgrade over Itaperuna's, for example, Fultz companies who do not have access to anything right away. So that is definitely giving Littlesam there some more momentum for his troops. But again, what is he sort of overall planning there is the big question. You need to the Sturmpanzer, in this case, the Sturmpanzer being able to close enough fast in here to get enough damage on the engineers to push them back. Carl Palmer claim, but again, he's just constantly hitting points, disrupting and really trying to ruin Itaperuna's economy. That said, Itaperuna almost has the looks out here, and it's worth noting Littlesam has it yet to take up, so he doesn't even have anti-tank guns out. Again, he could end up having to go for guard motor coordination just for the guardsmen with anti-tank rifles. So we'll have to see that. But there you go, finally some takeout for Littlesam and the Red Army, the tank corps. Comes with the Volksgrenadiers, and there you go. Got the looks out here for Itaperuna and the Red... not for the Red Army, the German Army here. The 18th Panzergrenadier Division. Being hit with that one there. Constantly need to be careful, there you go. Dimitri drops dead, more conquering forwards. Still Littlesam has excellent artillery versus Itaperuna, though of course the looks. Oh, there goes, fearlessly charging out at home to get it down to tank grenade off, slowing down here Itaperuna's light armor. And he succeeds, and that's going to remove a lot of the initial impact and shock effect of the looks. Definitely giving Littlesam more time to just bring in a tank gun. But there continues to be no commander, so at this point, airborne is looking less likely. So again, it feels like it's going to be guard motor, possibly counterattack tactics. But in this case, he'll definitely benefit from going guard motor now. Even like going for counterattack now wouldn't be half bad. Maybe some shock troopers. Sandbags disrupted there. Itaperuna, by the way, needs more infantry, but again, he's not going for Overwatch, so... Special operations for the Sturm Officer, maybe? Or is he going to rely heavily on the Obersoldaten? Also, thinking another thing in the Oberkommers metagame, there's been definitely a lot more Obersoldaten as of late. Field gun there for Littlesam. This is 3 division field gun. More mines here from Littlesam. Thumbs up. Excellent. Field gun there halfway done. Indonesia to get out there fast. They can't hold up for much longer. And we got an ND fed for Itaperuna and the 18th Panzergrenadier Division. 4 kills there. Sturmpionier moving out. MG34 almost done here for Itaperuna. Constant pushing westwards over the Red Army. Folks rolling up there, low on health. They can hold out, but the question is for how much can they actually hold out, in particular to also in heavy caliber there. Yeah, I think they're going to have to retreat soon. Particularly like, yeah, we got a Molotov there from Littlesam. There's even like a tiny chance of wipe here if Itaperuna's not paying attention. And there you go. 2 men just burst into flames. And almost offers of wipe here. So only been half a second slower, they've been a wipe there. So those are definitely, I think, tactical mistake of Itaperuna. Up north here for 15 years. Mine goes off here, killing Heinz and Dieter. Looks like keeps at it, 4 kills. Keeping a nice safe distance here for the conscripts. As the Ura in, MD4 setting up. There you go, Littlesam retreats. Question next will be a Puma here from Itaperuna. And will Littlesam take up for any sort of fast light armor? But at this point, I would not be surprised if it goes for medium armor instead. But there you go, Puma for Itaperuna, the 234-2 heavy armored car. Comes to court here. Field gets a great hit off there on the looks. And before turning into them. Fulton's there reinforcing. Well, he should be reinforcing soon. Molotov against MD4 with the Sturmpanzer joining in. That's not going to matter too much. Bombardment is going to matter. Could actually see the MD4 even have a tiny chance of getting wiped. It doesn't happen, but it could have happened, which would definitely slow things down here further for Itaperuna versus Littlesam. And Littlesam still has excellent map control. He's yet to lose a single victory point compared to his opponents down to 277. There's definitely a bit of a difference here between Itaperuna and Littlesam in a lot of ways. Sturmpioneer close to a white pit. Itaperuna definitely needs to pick up the slack soon before the slack picks him up. Still no sign of further take here from... Oh, never mind. No. He briefly considered, but then he decided against it. Ha. I definitely feel like that's a mistake, but Littlesam, like, he wants, like, you know, the mech... Want to escape, like, the tank chain command and just move straight for the mechanized armor company. It's still getting out, and that's going to be a good idea because that way he can then use the mobilized reserves upgrade there. So he definitely should be taking out faster than he currently is. As for Itaperuna, still no commander. I know you need your sort of ability to take either to say at least get some orbital data. Eastern Pumping System with the Fultz gun it is. Very good. 6th Aviation Field gun here for Littlesam. Number 2. Obviously concerned about the looks and to a lesser degree the Puma. You send trouble with the looks then. The squad here getting merged. Thumbs up to Littlesam. Very good use of the ability. But we are 11 minutes into the game and neither player has chosen a commanders yet. They yet to really make that decision. Puma then being pursued by conscripts firing with its main gun, its actual machine gun. Gets too close though, and there you go. One anti-tank grenade off, damaging the engine here of the Puma. Field gun hold off. Second field gun then for Littlesam. Second 6th Aviation field gun ready. Luke's going straight for the conscripts here, tearing into its autocannon, its coaxial machine gun. More conscripts to block that. We got a bit of infantry as well, putting pressure to Littlesam's base. In fact, Itaperuna is now getting map control against his opponent. That said, his opponent still controls most of the victory points, but it might be that Itaperuna can soon finally start chipping away at it. Conscripts there caught by the foot gun is pushed back. The Sturmpioneer joining in definitely does not make that easier either. Field holding back here. Sturm moving forwards. Might want to bombard. There we go. Close quarters barrage there. Tears off a huge chunk of health of the Sturmpioneer. And the field gun crews. Oh my! Got in him and almost getting a full wipe there as well. Looks nearly survives, but he's finally getting some tech as well there. Probably for some orbital data. Still no take the Littlesam. Still no attempt at any sort of armor here. There we go, truck out. Was he planning a battle group headquarters? I mean, that could be something as well, but I do think he wants, like, you know, push for some armor first. We'll have to see though. Still has got both viewpoints, he's not far away from it. Littlesam meanwhile continues to not really operate with anything in terms of tech. Puma doing what he can, he got one kill to its name, looks fixed up, we got repair pioneers out the way, and he does go for the battle headquarters, delaying any further tech. Feels like this has returned to a bit the special operation kind of play there, so might see a command Panther, though I still think you should go for it, just at least go for the Sturm Officer out, at least provide him with some more infantry. Which I definitely think he needs here versus his opponent. More engineers for Littlesam, having lost engineer squad. Always a sensible idea there, though he also really should be taking him up. And also, you know, should pick a commander. Got the forces charging ahead, he's trying to the conscript, backed up the field gun. Good shot there, punches cleanly through the heavy armor car's frontal armor. He's done pumping seas there. Machine gun holding up here. Puma there receiving repairs, well, as much as it can, because repair pioneers of course won't repair anything in this combat going on. And there you go, we do get Itaperuna here with special operations featuring radio silence, the Sturm Officer, infiltration tactics, the Sturmgewehrs, inflict Sturmgewehrs, and the Command Panther. Should, I think, go for that Sturm Officer. We'll have to see if he does go for it. As for Littlesam, there's still no commander, but at this point it very much feels like they got motor counterattack. I feel like the window of opportunity to like really leverage airborne troop tactics has very much passed by him. MD-34 plus another truck there for Itaperuna. No Sturm Officer though, unfortunately. Fine here at the 40-minute mark. Littlesam is taking up there. We'll have to see if this also results in him choosing a commander soon. 209 versus 500. Littlesam still has a hell of a lead though, Itaperuna, but Itaperuna is finally soon able to, you know, chip away at it. But again, almost took him 15 minutes. Take almost done. The reinforcement healing. Okay, almost done. Folks with the engineers. There go. Flamethrowers joining in for the fun. Truck they're arriving. The schwere Wehrmacht-Schlepper. Looks moving about. Steamhouse going for the eastern point there.
Panther command tanks have reached the front. Deploy is needed.
Going for the eastern field point there. Bypassing Itaperuna's southern front line. MD-54 there. Direct hit from the field gun there. Punches the lights out on half the crew, and the second half gets swapped with a second shot. Absolutely just highlights how powerful this is 3D edition field gun really is as an anti-tank gun, because it's not just a 6-man anti-tank gun, it also doubles as fairly accurate artillery. So that was rather painful there for Itaperuna. An excellent kill there for Littlesam, but still no commander. But he is at least fine taking up. At this point, it really just feels like it's going to be either this or this, in calling either T-3035s or the K1 heavy tank. And MD-34 the crew here, but the Fulton still got the flamethrowers at it. Almost wiping out the MD-34 crew again within moments, but this time the Itaperuna's luck is slightly resilient enough to get him out of there. Truck moving forwards. Setting up there, very good. Mechanized Regiment headquarters on the receiving end of Soviet firepower. And we actually get counterattack tactics here with the K1 heavy tank, shock troopers, recon overflight from Mother Russia, and the B4 203mm howitzer. And he's back to just bleeding out Itaperuna victory points. Itaperuna really needs to work hard on that. Let's see if he goes for any shock troopers or what he goes for, but he can at least upgrade his conscripts now. Once he has the munitions, obviously. But I expect we'll be seeing the K1 heavy tank. That field gun here going out. There's a fault gun. This first shot that goes completely off the mark. It's crucial, worth noting here. He actually has no infantry support here, so he's definitely, I think, betting too much on the field gun powers. He gets lucky here, though. But that could have done very poorly there for Littlesam. K1 heavy tank there, for Littlesam and the Red Army. As for Itaperuna, we'll have to see if he goes for Panzer IV. Or he may also, of course, try and go straight here for the Command Panther. Well, lots of he goes for any orbital dart, though. I do think there's a good idea here. MD field point supported with the Sturmpioneer and the northwestern field point there. We also got units lining up for deep flank, but without a flamethrower, any further support. That's, I think, it's not going to go too well there for Littlesam. K1 heavy tank halfway done. Flameman goes off, killing Dietrich. He's pushed back by the MD-34. K1 heavy tank almost right here for Littlesam of the Red Army. By 1944-45, the K1 really wasn't a heavy tank. They also kind of replaced it to an extent with the KV-85, which is basically a KV tank but with a larger turret and the 85mm gun, similar to the T-3045. It was sort of like an interim solution between the KV series and the IA series of tanks, the KV-85 there. Actually still serves until the very end of the war. Oh, well, K1 heavy tank out here for Littlesam. Looks for the engineers. You see, we got the conscripts, the Fultons pushing them back. Bannon going against the conscripts, burning through them. K1 moving forwards. Luke shoots, bounces off the K1's armor academy for Itaperuna to get in something a bit more significant as the K1 tank, as he either saves up for the Panzer IV or a Command Panther. I mean, both options still on the table, but no Obsoldat and still no Sturm Officer either. Puma lands a lucky shot here through the K1's armor. Second shot though bounces off the K1's armor. K1 though does not bounce off the Puma. Eastern policies with the conscripts. Academy ready there for Itaperuna and the 18th Panzer Grenadier Division. You've had from trouble with the K1. In the east there we got Fulton against the Contras there. Academy for that there for Itaperuna. K1 shoots. Great hit there. Punches cleanly through the Luxus frontal armor. Sturmpionier wird TV rushing forward with a Panzerschreck. The East can't go for the victory point there. We got 150 power versus 440. I mean, Littlesam still has a hell of an advantage over Itaperuna in terms of victory points. Molotov against flushed them out in the open. MD54 covering this in against any pushes there. Bit of back and forth, but Littlesam really continues to hold the advantage versus Itaperuna as Itaperuna is saving up for whatever big thing he's planning. That's it. Control here caught by 2. Highly veteran full score to the assault rifle. That's it. The mine definitely does a lot of work there for Littlesam. Has he had to upgrade his conscripts there with some an upgrade? K1 caught with a cannon alpha. Puma could also win for 2 with the rearmor exposed to the K1. We got Lux in for deep flank path, captured the control there. 13 kills, close to veteran fleet. Puma, the K1 going here for the K1 heavy tank, but there you go. Field gun punching a great hole in the Puma, prohibiting any further push there by Itaperuna. Of course, going for deep flank alongside the Lux there. And Littlesam continues to control both fuel points. You could actually soon go for another K1. You could also go for the H-35. We actually get shock troopers out. A bit late, but you know, because they'll be quite effective with their submachine guns, their grenades, and their body armor. Going for call here by the K1 and is quickly dispatched. Sturmpionier pushing ahead here. Amilly Fields coming out the centre. K1 needs some repairs. Looks close to veteran fleet. Good hit from the Lux here, punching straight through the... from field gun, I mean straight from Lux's armor. That was a complete reverse order there. What was a good hit? So, Itaperuna can still go for a Command Panther. They could, like, go for a King Tiger, but I think that'd be a bit much. Quick grenade here. Sturm have to be careful against since the PPH-841s and the shock troopers pack a hell of a punch here. And then the right side comes down to actually whap unit east and retreat here. The unit sticks around for too long. 2 kills there, half 8 veterans run almost already. In the center we got a big push here by Itaperuna swinging eastwards here to exploit the fact that Littlesam is pushing mostly westwards. I mean, the east side is actually wide open here for Itaperuna. I think that's good reading the situation tactically. Plus, you can catch the field gun here off guard. But the K1 there remains a thorn in his side. You could Panzerfaust though, damage the engine. That's exactly what it's going to do. Puma joining in as well. He got the aim shot ability ready. That said, looks like he changed his mind. The assaults increased rapidly, encountering increased resistance from Littlesam. And it definitely falls him to fall back here. Shocked with the court here, but the info for quickly suppressed. Could pop a smoke grenade, but it may actually be too late. We got Lux moving in as well here. Very close to 53 on that light tank. Can shoot some bounces off the K1's armor, and we got a Command Panther out of Itaperuna. The Fields, Panzerkampfwagen 5. Not the most common tank as of late after it got nerfed. It does have the coordinated fire ability, flares, and can of course be equipped with a pinlock machine gun. Goes to the conscripts and for joining in. Molotov off. Puma there being fixed up. Command Panther's good to go still. Pen machine being added. We got the Eastern Field used here by Itaperuna. So how will Littlesam respond to the arrival of the Command Panther? That is the big question here. How will he handle that steel behemoth? Big push in the southeast, shock back the contra got the Lux nearby. Sturmpas being absolutely mauled here. And the shock troops almost fetched into one already. Contra getting subsequent Lux racing away here. And the MD54 stops the shock troops that attracts me. They're going to be easy target with the Katyusha here for Littlesam. Well, at this point, I think he should be aware of the Command Panthers. I feel like a Katyusha here is a bit of a mistake, particularly when there's also Puma out and the Lux. I mean, What I mean by that is, there's a lot of ways Itaperuna could basically just rush after the Katyusha rocket launch, and particularly on a map like this, where it's going to be harder, like from just like, bottle fingers up. Like, there's going to be a lot of ways that Itaperuna could take, a long route here and then sneak into the base and take out the Katyusha. So I think with just one heavy tank, that Littlesam might be taking too many risks. Committing to the Katyusha here, rather than more tanks, honestly. I mean, we'll have to see. I mean, it could be the Katyusha works out well, but there's, I think, also a lot of opportunities they may not. Lots of mines here for Littlesam. Thumbs up. Field gun cleared out, and he's about to get wiped as well here. Does he get the wipe? Does he get the wipe? Oh, come on, taking a lot of damage. Needs to clear that field gun as well fast, and doesn't get the wipe. Doesn't get the K1 fast either. But he does get rid of the ace field, meaning in fact now Littlesam has no anti-tank and cruiser. That's actually really terrible as well for Littlesam, and makes Katyusha now particularly also make him look very exposed, and now he's just down to a K1 tank to like deal with the Itaperuna stuff. Which it knows again has a Command Panther, so this is looking fairly unfavored now for Littlesam, and very favored here for Itaperuna, unless he does something like really silly. Katyusha barrage off, troops being pushed back, almost getting wiped here. Dealing with the field, and here we got 100 points left. It was the 426. I mean, in this regard, Littlesam still holds a massive advantage. But there you go, no field guns. And a heavily damaged tank against opponent with a Command Panther, Puma, and a Lux. That's definitely dicey. Itaperuna, though, really should go for some orbital dart. Now, the Storm Weapons, they need something with a bit more punch in the infantry department as well. He's just grabbing the Eastern Field point there, but he also needs the victory point. He's down in 94 versus his opponent's 126. And there we go. Finally going for some orbital darting. Took him, I would say, long enough. We'll of course have to equip some of the light machine gun or the Sturmgewehrs. K1 heavy tank, they're receiving repairs. Troops enforcing healing. Orbital darting squad almost done. Lux with 27 kills. Bet 24, excellent. Unless, of course, you're the opponent, in which case that is definitely horrible. Puma receiving repairs. Command Panther's got to go once more here for Itaperuna and the German army. Eastern point being seized with the conscripts. Moving on the centre. Luke's on the move there. K1 rushing forwards. Ooh, good. Almost wipe here. All of a sudden there could be in trouble with the shock troops at this close range. Really good wipe here for Littlesam shock troops. No pulls back. Interesting enough, I've heard about the MU-54. Got the Sturmpanzer rushing in there. That's definitely a bit of a blind flank here by Itaperuna. And he goes in really blind, almost caught in the Sturm Pioneer squad. That said, though, Littlesam is not going for the wipe there either, so that kind of helps out there. All of a sudden in trouble center, we got the Command Panther pushing forwards. In the far south, we've got Itaperuna launching more of a flank here. Command Panther charging in support weapons, and the opposite side, the receiving end of the Katyusha barrage here. But there you go, as you can see here, gets the Katyusha here again. We saw there he keeps it too close to the front line. It becomes easy for Itaperuna just race after and knock it out on a map like this. In this case, he even did it like straight ahead because Littlesam made it too easy for him to do it. But yeah, again, Katyusha ended up being a questionable choice here for Littlesam. He needs more armor, he needs it fast. Command Panthers didn't even get coordinated fire to increase the damage down here against the K1, but he gets away narrowly. That said, his troops are now left to weather the storm here. Of course, Steelers got Lux joining in there. 30 kills, halfway to the ace level. Shock troops low on health as well, and numbers for that matter. Panther doing what he can here with its machine guns. Got 10 kills there in the name of Deutschland. From a fine way, they've got 2 kills with CZ2. So what will Littlesam do next? He needs to, of course, fix up his K1 heavy tank, but he also needs more armor in general. And probably a tank destroyer. Got Lux moving ahead here, catching the contra there. Unleashing hell upon their sorry souls. 30 kills there, close to the ace level. 85 tanks there for Littlesam and the Red Army. But will it be enough here to stall the German assault? 31 kills, 32 kills. The Lux continues to show no mercy. 41 though versus 122. That is a hell of a difference there. Holy smokes. Itaperuna obviously at this point cannot afford to make any more mistakes. He needs to be in absolute control from now on. Got the 85 tank shot there at Fort Littlesam. Pump's going straight for the looks here. Puma doing what they can as well. There we go. K1 heavy tank rushing forwards of the Red Army. The crew determined to show their patriotism by shattering fascist armor and infantry. Puma shoots, unsurprisingly, bounces. There you go, gets a shot through, but the looks of Puma is certainly quite dinged up. Then we've got the command panther moving forward here. Could blitz here. Mark vehicle, then the command panther. Okay, Ron, I mean, but there you go. Mark, he's following up on it. Actually could risk getting knocked out. He was not careful now. Another hit there. Command panther down to half health, but it is close to Veteran 2. Puma holding back looks there. Ace level 35 kills. Great hit though from the H5 punching straight through the front armor. Not that it's going to be difficult on a Lux. And there you go, the Lux is down. A tragic loss for the German peoples. One of their finest counter-tank crews combusts in a burning sarcophagus of steel and sauerkraut. Sturmpinion pushing forward the quad here in this midst of a lot of angry Sword infantrymen in armor. Grenades off here, letting turn the shock troopers. Trying for a wipe here, but it doesn't going to pay off. Grenade assault, very nice. He catching the shock troopers there, but they themselves being pushed back. We got 41 versus 367. Littlesam is down to beat out here in the face of Itaperuna. We're still calling him an officer, to be honest, but he may also be planning a Panzer IV here, which obviously also would work out. Littlesam, though, desperately needs more armor. And Itaperuna would also benefit from more armor. I mean, he could also be planning, for example, for a Panther to back up his command Panther. Or he could also be just planning straight for the King Tiger now. But I think with the amount of like leeway he's got for like any issues, I don't think starting for the King Tiger right now is the most optimal decision to make here for Itaperuna. It feels like it's one of those situations like if something... Okay, he's going for the Panzer. That definitely works. I mean, anything but the King Tiger at this point. Bound straight for the centre of the MD-34, which is close to Veteran T4 as well. Getting bombarded. Almost got them wiped out. Definitely a bit dangerous here for Itaperuna. Got the option holding it forwards here. 5 kills, Veteran T1. He's something got the Indy Fed for the bouncing conscripts. Structure was caught here. Puma there. Bit milling about. I mean, he could try and swing around here through the west, kept behind Little forces. Use the take game to like further disrupt things. So we can go push for the center here. Panther going forward. Could I think charge in with support for the Puma now? Maybe wait for the Panzer, but I feel like there's definitely an opportunity here for Itaperuna. We just want to seize it. But so far it does seem a bit hesitant here. But again, that might have something to do with again being down to 41 victory points versus opponent's 350. So can't entirely blame him. But there you go. Panzer out there. Quick with a higher velocity and probably done similar to what on the Panther. Go straight through the 85 front slammer with ease. Another shot there. Shots bouncing off the K1's heavy armor. Guns being routed. Grenade off, anti-tank grenade going off. H5 down to a fraction of its health here. Got 41 as 3 and 48, 47. Littlesam is holding out, but so is Itaperuna. That's it. Things seem to be slightly shifting in favour of Itaperuna by the moment, and Littlesam is just sort of trying to like find a way to break this. Part of it, I think, he's focusing too much in the centre, which we're looking to like launch attacks elsewhere that could unseat Itaperuna, like for example, sneak up through the west into get behind him there, going similar route through the east. So if I just take straight down the middle, which definitely helps out Itaperuna here to stabilise. Shrouding repair, grenade off here. A grenade assault from the Obsolani and that. Puma heading westwards. Got the H5 fixed up. H5 lands a great hit in the Command Panther. Looks like we might be seeing something resembling a deep flank here. Littlesam, though, still in the armor. Great from the cannon for the K1 there. Shock Troopers driving straight through the center here, again, just head-on attacks here from Littlesam without fail. Tank through the forces, trying to get the cannon for the Yak Panther going straight for the H5. Shots being exchanged, but so far the Yak Panther's not landing hits, and the H5 is. So I think in this regard, Itaperuna very wisely pulls back. We got another H5 for Littlesam. Panther came landing here in the H5. Puma holding. Oh, Puma's going for it now. You mean got aim shot here? Excellent. But needs more support in this regard. You can see there's a bit of issues there coordinating a fight Itaperuna. Like, you know, you should have rushed in the other stuff alongside the Puma. At which point, again, boom. Pay dirt. Instead, he just ends up almost losing the Puma there. Without achieving further matches to really exploit the opening. I was kind of made with it. Almost got the K1 there. Yak Panther close to 22. Command Panther could move in. But again, there's a bit of hesitation here by Itaperuna. Veteran ace of 3 there gained on the H5 tank. So there, Yak Panther's on dunk up. But there you go. Gets the main gun. Pioneer going over the K1 heavy tank ace as well. Lots of heroes of the Soviet Union here in Little-Sam's forces right now. Armored forces that is. Panther forwards. Pioneer could finish off the K1 heavy tank ace. There we go. Got it, and the ace as you found that. I think Littlesam is in some deep trouble here. That said, he should be able to get the Sturm Punch up the Shock Troops. There we go. Excellent here. The Shock Troops themselves are met with intense firepower from the German army, but now Littlesam's down just a tank destroyer and a bunch of infantry. There's an opponent with tanks, machine guns, and infantry. And tank destroyers of his own, obviously. Now the Sturm Pioneer squad here for Itaperuna. Troops reinforcing healing here for Littlesam. They got 37 engines in the game. They got 250 armors for 41. Could lay down some sandbags here maybe. MG34, they're close to the ace level. '41 was 250. And there you go, Littlesam surrenders. Loss here for the Red Army. A victory for Deutschland. Bit better and fierce fighting here with some nice light vehicle play. Littlesam definitely under control, but again, kind of fell into the pitfall some players do, which is they end up focusing too much on one point there rather than leveraging, like, you know, the strength to like maneuver around the opponent, for example. But also just to fail to bring out more tanks when he could have. The choose again feels like a mistake. And I think also failed to choose a commander sooner. Also think made it harder for Littlesam to like really leverage some of his like early game advantages. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. You'll learn something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment. Also consider donating or pledging on Patreon. Links are in the video description. This is Imperial LinkedIn. Cheers. Thank you for watching. Till tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.